All right, we're going to take a look at Gavotte from Mignon. This is number 9 in book 2 of the Suzuki method. And we're going to go through several sections in this one and talk about different points in each section. So the first section starts at the beginning and it ends halfway through measure 8, and it's A1. In A1, we know all of the notes, we know all of the techniques. We do have 30-second notes for the first time. So take a look at measure 5 with me, and this is how it's going to sound. Listen to that a couple more times to get that rhythm in your head. That measure comes back a bunch of times throughout the piece, or that rhythm does, so make sure you're really comfortable with those 30-second notes. At the end of A1, this is measure 7, we have an ending that it's going to be different from A2 that's coming up. So this is what makes A1, A1. That last note's going to be a high 3 on the D string. So we've got regular 3s on the A, and then high 3 on the D. Then we go into A2. A2 starts just the same as A1, but the ending is a little bit different. So instead of having measure 7 that I just played for you, it's going to be measure 15, sounds like this. Nothing too special about that ending. So first I'll play for you A1. Listen to the 30-second notes in measure 5 and the special ending in measure 7 that belongs to A1. And now we have A2. It's almost the same as A1. Throughout the piece, A1 and A2 both come back a few times. So once you got that down, you know like half the piece, which is awesome. All right, starting halfway through measure 16, we're at letter C. In this one, we've got a triplet coming up in measure 21. So I'm going to start halfway through 20, and this is in section C. Triplet 1, 2, 3. Triplet 1, 2, 3. Practice that a few times so you feel comfortable with the triplet. Now, at the end of letter C, we've got potatoes and bananas. So, starting halfway through measure 24, we've got 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana. So I'll start on measure 24 and say that out loud so you can understand. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana. So all the potatoes sound like this, and all the bananas sound like this. 3 potatoes, 3 bananas. After the end of letter C, we go back to A2. So first I'm going to play for you all of letter C. Watch out for the triplet coming up and for the potatoes and bananas. Triplet 1, 2, 3. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana. And then we're into A2 again. All right, the next new section is going to start halfway through measure 35, and this is letter D. In this, we're starting to play in B flat major. You just learned your B flat major scale before this song, so you're already a pro, which is great news. So we're going to start halfway through 35 and listen for the F naturals, the E flats, and the B flats that you have in your B flat major scale. most of letter D. Really watch out for those low ones on the E string and those low fours on the A string. That's going to be a spot that's going to be really worth your while to practice a lot. And then when we get to measure 43, we start with our potatoes and our bananas again. So I'm going to start in measure 42 to get into it, and then I'll say where the potatoes and bananas are here. One potato. Oh, sorry, I messed up. Let's try it again. One potato, two potato, three potato, one banana, two banana, three banana. So potatoes sound like this. Bananas sound like this. Now I'll play for you all of letter D. And then we go into A1. So you play A1 again, you're already a pro. And then when we get halfway through 54, it's A2 with a break. So I'll start playing right there, halfway through 54. It's going to be A2, but listen for where I take a break. Take a break. Did you hear my break? So right before our special ending that only happens in A2, we say take a break, just a short little break. After A2 with a break, we have our coda. Coda is the last little section of a piece. So I'm going to start for you halfway through measure 63. This starts on the D string and it goes onto the G string, and then it goes back to how it starts, and then we'll have some pits. So listen close to halfway through 63. So I'm going to start for you on the second note of 67. Right here, we're going to be preparing for the pits. So it starts on an up bow. Up, up. I'm going to play that for you a few times, starting on the second note of 67. So that last up bow is getting us to the frog to prepare for our pits. Now I'll start halfway through measure 65 to show you how this connects. Practice that a few times, and now this time I'll go back to the coda, so halfway through 63. And then I'll stick out my index finger when it's time for the pits, and I'll pits the rest of the song. 3-1-3-E, and then put your 1 on the E string and pluck D-A-E. So you'll grab on your D string and then pull down. And then put your 1 on the A string, your 2 on the E string, and grab your G string and pull for all 4.